Hello, everybody. It is the last day of thinking about habits. And so we've been talking about what habits are, what what makes them habits. We've been talking about identity and the role that identity plays into how we pick our habits, how successful we are with our habits. And yesterday we talked about boundaries and the fact that a boundary really helps us to decide to set those parameters about what we need and who we need in our lives, what we need to do to be able to think about being successful with our habits. I also included a blog post in yesterday's video, and in there's some free resources. I have written a little book, a workbook, and also there's a daily habit worksheet in there too for you. So today we're going to talk about picking habits, and we're going to think about our next steps. So I'm sure that because it's the beginning of the year, and if you've been listening to this, you've probably been thinking about habits. And if you caught my word of the year, you've been thinking about kind of how that connects too. So we know that habits are behaviors, and we know that habits are behaviors that have been repeated enough times that they become automatic. So that's what we want to do when we think about a habit, is we want to keep it so simple that we can do it in under a couple of minutes and it becomes automatic. That's one of the important things about being successful at habits. So when I was in college and working through some psychology and things like that, we talked about in behavioral science that habits are reliable solutions to reoccurring problems in our environment. And so when you're picking your habit, think about, well, what might be a reoccurring habit or a reoccurring problem that has been occurring over and over again in my life, and what kind of a solution can I put to that? That's a really good place to start with a habit. So I want you to pick a habit that empowers you, that improves your quality of life, that gives you a sense of accomplishment, that you feel really good about adding that habit to your life. And to think about who you want to become. How are you going to be better at the end of once you've put this habit into place and made it automatic? So when we're thinking about next steps and how can I really incorporate this, I want you to realize, kind of plan for days that you don't feel like it. It's not easy. And so it's okay if it's not going to be perfect. And just plan for those. Do it just, one day at a time. It all sounds like, oh, those are just platitudes. Those are just sayings. But really, that is the way to make it work. Put something in place that you can do in less than 2 minutes. Now, working on a habit is absolutely not going to be perfect. It's about becoming better at who you are. And so the other thing is that when we're thinking about words of the year or habits, we're never really done. So I want you to think about something that's going to enhance your life, not like, oh, I'm going to add this, then it's going to be great and I won't have to worry about it anymore. I want you to kind of turn it around and say, how is this going to support me? I want you to look at cues that are around you that can help you reinforce your new identity. I want you to really spend time thinking about who you want to become. And again, not because who I am or who you are isn't already great, just we want to enhance that, right? And so many of us are embracing, increasing our potential and working on ourselves. And so don't ever feel like you're alone, and don't ever feel like it's not worth it. The other thing that I think is really helpful is that if we anticipate setbacks, anticipate, you know, that it's not going to, every day is not going to be, I'm not going to hit it every day. Just anticipate those setbacks and it's going to be okay. So I'm really glad that you were able to spend time with me this week talking about habits. Again, the two books that I really like are Atomic Habits and Badass Habits. So those are two that if you're looking at digging deeper into habits, those are really two great books. Then for the next, for the rest of this month, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking to you guys about limiting beliefs. And not only talking to you, but talking to myself about limiting beliefs. And there's so many limiting beliefs that we put on ourselves, that maybe other people have put on ourselves, that we don't even realize that they're limiting beliefs. And so I've been working on a opportunity, and I think I might even actually dig out the PowerPoints and do that as well. But I want you guys to have a great rest of the night and think about who you're becoming and think about habits that you can make automatic. And next week we're going to dive into limiting beliefs. Have a great rest of the night.